Welcome to the first ever episode of Coverup Solutions, where I will be talking through how I would cover up your tattoos. I'm picking somebody out of the comments every time, hopefully give you a few ideas along the way. If you're new here, I'm a tattoo artist. I do a lot of cover up. I'm actually booked up for the year, unfortunately, but I do think that it would be nice to do some more social media stuff about cover ups in particular. Okay, so this particular person said that they would love to think of an idea without completely blacking out their art. Initial thought with butterflies always goes to flowers. Even though they are butterflies, the shape of their wings for me is super floral. So if you were to want to turn it into a flower, you've already got some petals, you know? I work in a very kind of abstract way, so for me, it's not always botanically correct, but if you would prefer to have flowers than butterflies, then that is something that you can always do with butterfly. This is just like my immediate first thought. With cover-ups, I always end up just sitting and staring at it for so long. I mean, there's a few like kind of flowery shapes that I can see here. You can kind of imagine where it's going. Oh fuck, I've done it on the wrong layer. Copy that. Let's just paste that in. There we go, new layer. I'm just gonna go over what I've done on a new layer. Not that it's particularly hard, just saves me the thinking. These flowers have no particular species. I don't know. Anyway, these are just general flower shapes, just so that I can start to picture how it could be. The client then said that they wanted a specific type of flower, like that would be a bit different. For example, if a client wanted maybe a chrysanthemum, what I would probably do is I probably would just not bother with this, turning the butterflies into flowers, and I would fill this kind of space. This is so rough. I'm trying to be really quick with how I do this. There are so many different things that you can cover something like this with. But if you're trying to keep it light, I find that florals are super good for working with the negative space, and then you can find something to like cover the dark bit. Okay, so this is super rough. Leaves coming out this way, you know. This is how a lot of black work artists would cover stuff up, because they would just black out the rest. Okay, that's so rough. But we have would be a lot more of a blackout style tattoo, because once you've got that to use the negative space, obviously you need something to so something has to cover these. Maybe it's not so black as a blackout. I'm not really a fan of the look of when there's just a black haze around a tattoo. For me, it feels kind of funny when people do that, but that's just me. It's a very popular style, so it's your vibe, then get that, you know? But for me, I like it when there's sort of a tapering off of the black. But this is for a black work artist and not really my kind of style. I would usually send this general sketch over to my client and just see how they feel about it, see if it's the kind of vibe that they're wanting. You want it to be completely perfect. It would just be the worst thing in the world if they got it covered up and then a couple of weeks later they were like, oh, I wish I didn't do that. That would suck. So I always try and communicate every single step as much as I can. I will send this picture or this sketch to my client so that they can confirm that they are happy with the general direction that it's going in. The thing is with cover-ups, sometimes people can want a very specific thing, but it just may not be best for the cover-up. I'm trying to keep this short and sweet, but there's just so much to say. Sometimes I will literally just get an old design and put it onto the new one, just to reference and see how it would flow, because I think stuff like this would look really cool with like a fish swimming through it. I wouldn't use this again because this was a custom for a client. Because cover-ups have to be pretty dark. You don't want too much going on. Like that though, I'm gonna put it in just for the sake of the video. But then I see something like this and I think lines here going through here. If I were to have a fish, it would have to be over the top of the fish, this bit, because then the fish would have some really random lines going completely the opposite way to the way that the tail is flowing. I try and generally make it my mission to make it flow quite nicely with the body. I probably won't draw a whole new fish just for this video because I've got real work to do. I'm doing cover-ups on the day they're always very subject to change. I have these photos, but I can't really completely tell how big they are, how dense the lines are and stuff. If the tattoo is already raised, if that is the case, say that I covered a line that was raised with loads of black over the top, that initial line will still be raised. You can kind of very slightly see the outline of what was there before. Usually I kind of see how it all looks. I can't see the other side of this, but imagine it's exactly the same as all the others. Okay. Sometimes I'll just get rid of the picture to see if it looks normal. And like obviously it will be a little warped because of the picture is warped. 3D surface with the tattoo on it, so the design isn't always necessarily perfect. I draw the whole thing on the day anyway. I just draw it on. So one of the nice things, the good things about this cover-up tattoo, get rid of that, about this cover-up, is that a lot of the lines are kind of facing the right direction. If you wanted to manipulate them a little bit, you could, but they aren't going across, which is the main thing, you know? And like for these kind of flowers that I do, it's all pretty abstract anyway. For something like this, I would maybe I would leave a bit of negative space there, but it feels really dense from what I can see, so I would maybe just go with, I would maybe go with just filling it in. And then using some of the negative space to do some details. And I'd probably put little bits of white in here just to make it pop a little bit. If I put too many fine details, it would probably not age so well. And it feels really random, but it's just the kind of style. If I had a blank canvas, obviously I would probably do the details a lot differently, but I don't, so. Same with this one, also looks really dense. This is just an estimate. One of the things with the middle of the flowers is if you can get it to sort of show where the middle is. It's quite important. I'd probably leave these two, you know, and then I can put some dot work in there. One of my favourite things to do is these little dot worky details. I will do the dot work at the end, but I just do it in grey so that I know which bit's which. If I can't fit them in, then it's fine, but I do think that they look really pretty. If you have a butterfly tattoo, then you could do something like this. I don't know what's going on over here, so. And like I said, again, I do draw all of this on the day, so it's not 100%, but it's just so that I can tell my client a general vibe, really. Because this is the other thing with cover-ups, is that I think that if I was getting a cover-up, I would really want to see the design beforehand, because I am an anxious girly and it would make me feel a lot more happy. My worst fear is my client secretly hating what I'm doing and not telling me, so I would want to know that they are actually happy with it and that they're genuinely excited to get it. So for me, cover-ups need they need planning. There's the dot work, pretty. There's a little bit of old tattoo under here, also looks cool. And then also with the dot worky bits, if there was space, you know, you can also do some little marks. This is going to be such a long video, I actually don't even know how I'm going to cut it down. I think I'm going to leave that as part 1, and then I'll finish it off in another video. Comment your tattoos that you would like to see covered below, and I will pick someone to do. And also just let me know what you think. If you have any ideas yourself, that would be amazing. If anybody sees someone in the comments who has a cover-up that they need and they have an idea for it, please feel free to reply to their comment and I can use it as a reference if you ever wanted to see your idea turned into a real cover-up design. Okay, thank you so much for watching if you got this far. This is my first ever proper talking video on TikTok or Instagram, and it makes me super nervous to do, but it's probably really long as well. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm so glad that my housemates are both out at the moment, so I am able to do this. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.